Believe it or not, I bought a punk record. Hello again, Vinyl Community, Matt here, and that's right, I did buy a punk record. You guys know, what a punk rocker I am, and see, I can't even say it with a straight face. No, I will readily confess that punk is not my thing. Now, post-punk, sure, but then we're sort of heading into new wave territory, like alternative stuff from the late 70s and early 80s, and that's really a different kettle of fish entirely, as they say. No, this was actually quite a number of weeks ago, and I just hadn't gotten around to showing this record yet. I was on vacation, etc. But I found this in the local Savers store and was so intrigued by it. I was like, you know what, for a couple of bucks, what the heck, I'm going to buy it. And it's interesting. It is interesting. So let me show it to you. Resin Scraper. That's the name of the artist. The name of the album is Riding on the Small Bus. So, I mean, first of all, I'm flicking through the records and I see, just the cover looked different, and it already kind of got my attention. And there are a number of interesting things going on here. Well, first of all, it's actually got an Amoeba Records price sticker right here for $3.99. So at some point, this was at Amoeba, presumably in LA. At some point it was $11.99 too. There's another sticker at the top. Here's the back of it. Now, Resin Scraper honestly has some pretty clear drug connotations, but let's put that aside. They are, or were, a Canadian band, as I later found out from looking them up. Good old Discogs. Who formed in the very early 90s, 1991 I believe, and really it's considered garage rock / punk. They didn't put out a lot. There is, I think, one other LP or an EP that they put out, but really this is about it as far as albums go, Riding on the Small Bus. And it's there's a couple of other interesting things about the sleeve. It's a limited edition. You can see down here 186 out of 500. And I couldn't put my finger on it when I got it, but there was something different about the cover. Now, it's actually been screen printed, so that's a technique that is a little bit unusual for record sleeves. But they've used like a mesh type of thing to print this, and you need a machine if you want to do big batches of it. As this was limited to 500, I guess it's possible they did them all by hand. I don't know. The other thing that's interesting is that this is a reversible. Let me take all the stuff out of the middle here, out of the sleeve, and you'll see what I mean. This is a reversible sleeve, which means this previously belonged to a different record. Obviously, this was a cheap way of printing. Let's have a look. See, watch. Bonnie Tyler. So, obviously what they've done, in fact you can still see the fake glue marks at the top from where it was originally glued. So once Bonnie Tyler had become unglued, she was flipped around, and then they screen printed the front and the back. And I kind of like the design of it. I liked all the little things, got like these, well, like A-bombs going off here. It's very interesting. I'd never seen an album like this, an album cover like this. It's the only one I have like this, yeah, I mean, maybe it's more common amongst smaller independent type bands, I don't know. But the inside, what you find inside the sleeve is quite professionally done. First of all, you get this very interesting fold out. It's actually double-sided, and I'm assuming that's a picture of the band. it's black and white, so you know it's a little harder to see. But and we've got all of these little sort of thing, you know. I guess these were shows that they were in, and it tells you about other recordings they've done. I guess there are a few others. There's some what look like singles, for almost entirely singles actually. And yeah, it's almost like a comic strip. So that was pretty neat. And then secondly, the vinyl, far from being some sort of, I don't know, slightly cheaper effort like the sleeve, it's actually a beautiful translucent yellow. Look at that. It's like a gold record. So it's nicely done, I have to say. They put a lot of effort into the record itself. So let's take a listen. I have to be honest, I don't know what the copyright is on these. I know they're not in YouTube's audio policy library. I don't see copyright notices on the record, but you know, we're gonna roll the dice a bit. I'm gonna guess they're not exactly too active right now, because again, they didn't release a lot. And this was more than 20 years ago. In fact, let's have a look if there's a date on here. I think I remember from Discogs that it was something like 1995 that this was released. But yeah, you know what? There is one track I want to play. Now, it's punk music, and not that swearing has to go hand in hand with punk music, but it often does, and this is no exception. So, if you're easily offended, I guess I would recommend switching off now, because there are a few F-bombs dropped on this song that I'm going to play. What can I say? We're all adults, right? At least we should be. The song I'm going to play is the last song on side A, which is called Out of the Band. I really like the guitar solo at the beginning. The guy's just kind of thrashing away. You know, we get a couple of F-bombs dropped as he's doing it, and there's one or two more later in the song, but it really wasn't bad. I listened to it a couple of times. So yeah, let's listen to that one song, Out of the Band. And yeah, you guys tell me what you think. I mean, it's a slightly unusual find. I guess there are only 499 more of these floating around. Probably fewer than that, because, you know, records unfortunately got discarded throughout the years. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Stay tuned. We're gonna play the record right now. But yeah, thanks as always for watching, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Too fucking easy. Give me a fucking challenge.